There's something magnetic about a person whose presence radiates love. You can feel it before they even speak. A sense of calm, warmth, and aliveness that reminds you of what's real. It's not about perfection or always being positive. It's about being so grounded in love that everything you do, touch, or say carries that energy into the world. That's what it means to radiate love, to become a living frequency of the heart. Love isn't something you perform, it's something you become. It's not something you give, it's something that naturally flows when your heart is open, when your being is aligned. Radiating love doesn't mean denying pain or pretending everything is light. It means holding both, the light and the dark, with compassion. It's the strength to stay kind in a world that's often guarded. It's the willingness to see through the eyes of the heart, even when the mind wants to close off. Love isn't fragile, it's the strongest force in existence. It heals, expands, and transforms everything it touches. When you live from love, your energy shifts first, and then your reality follows. You start noticing that people soften around you, conversations deepen, synchronicities appear, opportunities align, because love is coherence. It brings things together, it harmonizes chaos. When your frequency is rooted in love, the world rearranges itself to match it. But this doesn't happen overnight. To radiate love, you must first clear the noise, the fear, resentment, judgment, and scarcity that block its flow. Every time you choose forgiveness over bitterness, compassion over defensiveness, presence over distraction, you're turning yourself back to love's natural frequency. Love is the default setting of the soul. Every thought of fear pulls you out of it. Every act of openness brings you home. The work is not to find love, it's to remove what blocks it. I always enjoy hiking, but it wasn't until after I embarked on my spiritual journey that it became a sacred ritual for me, as it truly connects me with the nature, with the universe. And I remember during one hike when I had been wrestling with self doubt and heaviness after my breakup, I felt disconnected from everything, even my purpose. But as I walked on the beautiful trail, watching the sky melt into colors, something softened. The world was still. The trees weren't rushing to prove their worth. The light didn't force itself to shine. Everything just was. And in that stillness, I could feel love again, not as an emotion, but as an essence. It was in the air, the light, the space between things. And then I heard the universe ask me, "How are you doing down there, kiddo? Still having fun?" I burst out laughing in tears. It reminded me love is always here. We just forgot to feel it. And I don't need to chase love. I am love. When you remember that love is your true nature, everything you do becomes an expression of it. How you speak, how you move, how you listen, it all becomes infused with that quiet radiance. People feel it, animals sense it, even spaces hold it. That's why your energy matters more than your words. You don't teach love through lessons, you transmit it through presence. There's a beautiful paradox in this path. The more you give love freely, the more it flows back to you. And we talked about this in my other videos too. The love is not necessarily from the same source, but through life itself. Love multiplies through expression. It's like breathing. If you hold your breath, it stagnates. But if you exhale fully, life fills you again. Radiating love works the same way. To be a beacon in the world doesn't mean you're always radiant. There will be days when your own light flickers, when you feel tired, closed, or uncertain. But even then, love doesn't leave you. It waits patiently like the sun behind the clouds. The practice is to remember that your essence hasn't changed, only your awareness of it has. One of the most powerful ways to return to that awareness is through compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. True compassion is seeing the innocence in your own humanness. It's forgiving the parts of you that forget how to love and welcoming them back home. When you do that, you expand your capacity to hold others in love too, because you can only give what you've allowed yourself to receive. The more you practice this, the more life reflects it back. Love meets love. And suddenly you're surrounded by experiences, people, and opportunities that mirror your frequency. That's what it means to become a beacon. You no longer chase love, you emanate it. You don't have to speak louder, achieve more, or convince anyone. Your energy becomes your message. Your presence becomes your offering. When you walk into a room, people feel a shift, even if they can't explain it. You start healing the world not through effort, but through being. Sometimes radiating love looks like smiling at a stranger. Sometimes it looks like setting a boundary. Sometimes it's sitting in silence with someone who's hurting without trying to fix them. Love has many languages: gentleness, truth, presence, patience, and when you embody it, you remind others of their own. There's a quiet revolution happening on this planet. Hearts awakening, one by one. It's not the loud kind of revolution. It's the kind that begins in stillness, in presence, in choosing love in the smallest moments. Each person who awakens adds light to the collective field, and slowly the frequency of humanity rises. And you're part of that. Every time you choose love when fear is louder, you help shift the vibration of the whole. You don't need to try to fix the world. The world changes when people remember who they are, and love is the memory of truth. You might wonder, what does it look like to radiate love in a practical sense? It looks like mindfulness in motion. It's the way you respond to frustration with breath instead of blame, the way you thank the cashier and mean it, the way you send silent blessings to people you pass on the street, the way you take time to connect with nature, or honor your body, or listen deeply. Every small act done with presence amplifies the field of love. The more aware you are of this energy, the more you see its effects. The synchronicities, the ease, the way things seem to align, not by chance, but by resonance. Because love is the ultimate attractor. It magnetizes what matches its vibration. To radiate love is not to live in denial of pain, but to bring love into it. When you can meet anger with understanding, grief with compassion, and uncertainty with trust, you're embodying the highest form of love, one that transcends circumstance. When enough hearts live this way, the world changes. Not instantly, but undeniably. Because light doesn't fight darkness, it reveals it. So wherever you are right now, pause, breathe into your heart. Feel that quiet rhythm within you, that pulse of life, that infinite presence. That's love. It's been here all along. You don't have to chase it, prove it, or earn it. You just have to remember it and let it move through you. And when you do, you become more than one person trying to make a difference. You become a field of transformation. You become the living embodiment of what the world most needs to remember. So let your love be your legacy. Let it radiate through your words, your silence, your choices, your presence. Let it reach the unseen corners of the world, the hearts that need it most, even if you never know their names. Because this is how change begins, not with force, but with frequency, not through doing more, but through being more. When your heart stays open, you become the light that others remember when the night feels too long. You become proof that love is real, that kindness matters, that hope is contagious. You become a beacon, not because you try to be one, but because you are one. If you're ready to unlock your heart, learn how to embody your light, and grow in a loving, supportive community, come join us on School. You'll find my free and exclusive content, as well as a space where we rise and shine together. Use the link in the description box below to join Inner Dragon Circle. I hope to see you there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I post new videos. Sending you love, beautiful hearts.